So first of all, I'd like to kind of get a bit of an introduction for those who don't know who you are, kind of like a bit of a bio. So yeah, feel free to jump on and speak.
Sure. How dare they not know who I am? No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm the financial planner for Hello Wealth in Newport, and director and financial advisor at my own business for 3 years. And I'm also the president of the chamber for Newport.
Awesome. So now with your background in financial advising, how do you suggest people to get through these times? Are there some tips and techniques that you would suggest?
Good point. And it is so specific to each person's circumstances. Right. For a starting point, what we're noticing is that all different types of industries are willing to negotiate their fee structures. They're willing to put a pause on bills.
Yep.
And so the first step is really just getting the courage to call your landlord, to phone the bank and say, look, can we put a repayment freeze on?
Right.
It can be a process. So this is where in these stress circumstances, it's just trying to just bite your teeth and get through it. But the starting point is to call literally every bill you have.
Yep.
Electricity, gas, anything. And then the next from there, once you've got a refined list of your expenses and what that new amount might look like, is to then go, well, do I need Netflix? Maybe. You probably would, because you might be
to get
at
through
home
the tough times. Yep.
Exactly. But it's just looking at those things and going, well, Shivers, do we need to do our nails? Hey, it's lucky because we can't. It's cutting out the stuff you don't really need. Cooking. People have been really doing well cooking from home and buying generic brands, just cutting back and being self-sufficient, ignoring the Uber Eats, which...
I was just gonna mention on that. I think because I've been cooking a lot more than usual. I used to be someone who went out every day and ate breakfast, lunch. Dinner was always at family home, but breakfast and lunch was like eating out at cafes or wherever. So now that I've been cooking all the time, I think I'm definitely going to be taking that into my post-COVID world and just cooking more, because it's more cost effective. It's a bit of fun. You just got to find the time.
Exactly. And do you find then that you're eating healthier too because you're making it?
Yep, 100%. Yeah, eating a lot more fruit and veg. The meals have gone from burgers to salads and more wholesome meals, stews and that sort of stuff. So it's good.
We're going to have, and again, I think there's such a polarity where we'll have these people who are fit because they've had the time to run, like I've seen you've been doing.
Yes, I've been running.
And then I've been seeing it, and then making your food from home, and then the others who would just run off their feet and haven't. But what I think helps, especially when we've got so many things on our mind, is coming back to basics with a good old pen and paper and just drawing out a calendar, printing it off if you've got that at home, and just writing down, okay, well, these are the new bills amounts, this is when they're due, and then looking at what debt there is. Call your lenders and see if they can be paused or reduced, but then target the highest interest amounts first and really try to get those paid down. And then from there, it comes back to lastly, just working out, well, Shivers, if we know that we really did need those savings for times like this, is there room in the budget now? Maybe not, but later when we're out of COVID, to put, $20, $40 a week away into an account that you don't see every day, that earns a tiny bit of interest and doesn't really charge fees, to protect yourself for these times so you can breathe easy. And COVID, I think, has made people realise that, well, actually you do need to plan. We do need to look at where our money's going. There are so many amazing strategies to be able to tweak the way that you use your money now, and the way you structure bills, for example, or assets to actually make it work in your favour and get you ahead quicker. So that's going to be interesting too for financial planning. How many clients come out of the woodworks and say, hey, I'm interested in this now. Let's do something.
Definitely. Yeah, something out of COVID that we've done is offer payment plans, because prior to COVID, payment plans weren't really on the books, but I think that's really helped where, it's like 50% up front and then after they get their deliverable, they can pay it off over 3 months or 6 months. So it's just kind of just little things to help, and obviously the 50% covers cost, and then from there it's just it's really the profit comes in over that time. So, and it helps with cash flow as a business owner too. Even though it is a payment plan, having that, as opposed to having that large sum hit all of a sudden, having it drip feeded to you is actually a good thing anyway. So it's kind of I think that was a good move, and that's something that COVID taught me. Yeah.
And that's really nice too, because this is the time when people are needing your services and they're needing to get their businesses online, to be able to be seen to then make some money in this time. So I think you've created a win, or a triple win there.
Oh, cheers, appreciate it. Oh, well, that's good. That's good coming from you, so that's great. How have you adapted in this time as Hello Wealth?
Funny you say that. I've just worked harder. No, funny you say that. I was actually in the process of changing my computer systems to be really intuitive, and to be an interactive portal for clients and I to work together, to be able to see things in real time, so that if we put in a strategy and a goal, we can tweak options to see what the outcome would be. I've been so excited about this for about 6 months while I've been getting it done. Perfect timing for COVID, because it saves me so much time. And it gives the clients a really good insight into their finances. And so for COVID right now, just tweaking the technology for my business and for the clients, couldn't have come at a better time. I mean, I've been looking after just over 500 clients for financial planning, and it's only little me. I do have a paraplanner which assists with the documentation writing, and I do have a virtual assistant part-time for the administration. However, there's a lot of work involved. So what I had to do with COVID to pivot Hello Wealth was go, well, physically there isn't enough hours in the day for me to personally contact 500 people, but it's also not fair on a service level not to. So what I did do was use that technology to automate contact, so that literally every single one of my clients knew where they were at, while I was actually in the background making sure that whatever assets they hold, whatever goals that they have and that we were working to, I was tweaking it pretty much the week where COVID hit Australia really hard. And so what that meant was that fast forward now 6-8 weeks later, they know that I've held their hand. They know that we've actually been on top of this. And the outcome that they're in now, the position after the big hit from COVID, is so much better than it could have been. So I suppose I really had to prioritise how I contacted people, and what I worked on and when, and that's really paid off now.
Fantastic. Well, thanks so much for your time, Nonnie, and really enjoyed having you on the episode, and there's some really good value there. It's going to be fun to cut up, I think, and really appreciate it.
Thank you.
No, pleasure.
I'm so appreciative of you having me. I was honoured for you to ask me, and I hope we can work together in the future.